Joe Beermaster here. We have a 2009 GMC Sierra. This goes for multiple year Sierra and Chevy Silverado. I'm going to show you how to replace the emergency park brake release cable. Sometimes they snap on either end. This one snapped up here. This is the new one. If you look here, it's just flopping around and you can see a piece of the cable there just dangling. See that right there? So disconnected. So the first thing you want to do, if your brake's stuck on, you can't get it off by pulling this. So you can reach in there. And you can see that little other end. Let's see if we can find it here. It is. I'll put my hand on it. Right here. If you pull that, that will pop the brake and you can drive the car. So we're going to replace this. First thing we need is a 10mm, which holds the handle on. We're going to take that off. Then I'm going to run the cable up around to that little bracket here and then down onto that release that I just released. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is take this handle out with a 10mm.
You want to screw that?
That was a long one. Let's see if there's another one up there. Nope, just one. So we're going to work that out. And there it is, it slid out. You see there's a little hook there that slides in and then the screw. And then we're going to disconnect it down this end, the opposite end, right off of there. I'm going to knock it off of there with a screwdriver. This actually has a little pressure clip on it there, but I'm just going to pop it off. Doesn't matter if we break this because we're going to replace it. Alright, so I wormed that out of there. You could also squeeze the clip and slide it through. I'll show you that in a minute. So I'm pulling that out. And then last part I'm going to do is, sorry about the movement, but it's tough to do this. Get this last piece off. And that's the little cable with the ball end on it. I could actually slide it through the back or try to get it through the front. I'm going to try to get it through the front just to demonstrate it. Well, we'll just slide it through, it's easier. Alright, so once that's out, we're going to work it back in. But we have to feed the wire from the handle all the way over to the top and then down to that clip and down to the little lever. Now I want to show you the new one. This has got a pressure clip on it here. So if I wanted to get this clip off, I could squeeze it with a little plier and then slide it out. But I would first have to disconnect this. But as we're going back in, I'm going to feed this end through. Once I get to that little bracket that holds this, I'll be able to push it in. These little expansion clips are going to hold it in place. And then I slide that into that little lever. And then I'm going to screw this end back up with the 10mm and we should be good to go. So now I'm going to go down here and feed it through. Alright, so I'm feeding it through. just up top. And you can see it come out over this side. Right here. Now we have to get it into that little bracket it's next to there. We're just going to push it in. I'm going to use my other hand. I'm not going to be able to film it, but we're going to push it through that little bracket, and that expansion clip's going to expand. Alright, I clicked it in. Went right in. As soon as I got it lined up, I use this little plier here. This little needle nose. This one's bent a little bit, and it just slipped right in. And you want to make sure it's clicked in. So I put a little pressure. Now the last thing, you want to get that little ball, the end, into this little lever. So I'm going to need 2 hands for that, but you can imagine what I have to do here. Once the ball goes through that end there, you know, it'll be in that little slot. The cable will be sticking out of this slot here. So what I did was I took it out again off of this because the little round end would not reach. So now I will have more room to get it in there. I wanted to do a video as I'm doing it, not just showing you the easy way. I'm gonna get that little ball in there. Alright, so I got the cable in the one end, the very released arm. And I'm gonna put that piece back in that little holder up here. We got that lined up. Now I'm gonna click it down with a needle nose. Alright, I clicked it on there. The last thing is to put the 10mm screws on the release handle. So we got the release handle in, we got it clicked in on the holder, and then we have the end of the cable snapped into the release arm. Now that was the hardest part to do. I got it in with holding the end with a needle nose and slipping it in. That was very difficult. But it's important that you get that on first before you click it onto the bracket that holds it. Also, you might want to consider taking this fuse box out here. It looks like it's real simple. There's a 10mm on that side. It looks like it just unclicks, and that would make it real easy. That's what I should have done. So I just wanted to show you the process. And then we're going to put the 10mm up, and then it's done. So now I'm going to test it. Put my hand down on the brake pedal, pull the cable, and it's released. On, off. And that's it, Joe Beermaster. Sorry about the shaking here. It's about 98 degrees here, and that's tight quarters. Joe Beermaster.